Right then, listen up. Buying a plane ticket does not make you a lawmaker, yet here we are, watching tourists act like their luxury spend entitles them to dismantle 1,000 years of Thai tradition. I have seen it all in my years in Thailand and now in Isaan. The digital nomad who thought he could rewrite zoning laws, the influencer who confused viral with visa revocation, and the blogger who discovered that freedom of speech ends where the Thai penal code begins. You are paid for a premium seat, not a seat on the cabinet. So why do so many visitors arrive thinking their holiday budget grants them diplomatic immunity? Welcome to Thailand, where your credit limit has nothing to do with your legal limits. And the sooner you understand that, the less likely you will be explaining yourself to immigration officers at Suvarnabhumi. Here is a hard truth that might sting your ego. A temporary visa is not a share certificate in Thai sovereignty, and spending money on a beachfront villa does not make you a shareholder in the kingdom. So, with that said, settle in with a cold chang because I have a bone to pick, and it has been growing for a while now. You see, I have been living in the Isaan region for, well, let us just say long enough to know the difference between Sanook and Sabai, and long enough to watch a worrying trend unfold. Every year, more and more tourists and expats arrive with what I can only describe as a spectacular sense of entitlement. Now, do not get me wrong. I came here myself, a grumpy old Englishman, escaping the grey skies of England for the eternal summer of northeast Thailand. I was a guest once, however. Somewhere along the line, a peculiar delusion has taken hold. The idea that spending money in Thailand buys you the right to rewrite Thai law. It is balmy, really, absolutely balmy. You would think a plane ticket came with a crown and a legislative veto, the way some of these visitors carry on. Let me tell you a story. Well, not one story, several cautionary tales. All of them true, all of them from just the last few months, because 2026 has been a banner year for visitors learning the hard way that Thailand is not a resort with a legal system attached. It is a sovereign nation, and its laws apply to you whether you are staying in a five-star resort in Phuket or a modest bungalow in Udon. Here is a question I want you to hold on to. What makes you think you are the first person to try this? We will come back to that. Let's start with this fantasy that being a high spending visitor grants you some form of diplomatic immunity. It is a common misconception, and it is a dangerous one. The logic seems to go something like this. I have spent £5,000 on flights and accommodation. I am supporting the local economy. Surely that means I can do what I like. It is the customer is always right mentality, transplanted from a Western department store to a sovereign nation with its own laws, culture, and, this is the important bit, courts. This is a commercial transaction, not a purchase of sovereign authority. You are paid for a hotel room, not a legislative seat. You have bought a meal, not a constitutional amendment. However, try telling that to some of the characters who have made headlines recently. Take the case of the Korean man arrested in Pattaya. He had 360,000 followers on social media, a luxurious hotel room, and apparently a very confused sense of what is acceptable in Thailand. Police arrested him at his hotel after he had been posting, wait for it, pornographic content featuring locals. He had filmed sex scenes with Thai people and uploaded them to his platform. They found 21 grams of methamphetamine, 304 grams of ketamine, and 296 ecstasy pills in his room. He is now facing charges under Thailand's Computer Crime Act, which carries up to 5 years in prison, plus drug offences with even steeper penalties. I do not know what this man was thinking. Perhaps he believed his follower count or his luxury hotel booking would somehow protect him. They did not. Thai immigration police do not care how many people watch your content. They care whether you have broken the law. Besides, that is the point, really. Thailand's economic contribution from tourism is vast. Yes, however, it is a transaction. You get a holiday, they get your money. The transaction does not extend to letting you ignore their penal code. Now, this is where some of our more entitled visitors get their knickers in a twist. They arrive in countries where they can say whatever they like, post whatever they like, and review whatever they like without fearing criminal prosecution. Then they encounter Thailand's legal framework and, bless their hearts, assume it must be wrong. Let me explain how this works here. In Thailand, defamation is not a civil matter where you can be sued for damages. It is a criminal offence under sections 326 and 328 of the Criminal Code. If you post something that damages someone's reputation, you can face up to 2 years in prison and fines of up to 200,000 baht. Besides, truth is not a magic shield either. You have to prove that the statement served the public interest. I can see the Western readers spluttering into their morning coffee. But that is not how it works at home, they will cry. No, it is not. However, you are not at home, are you? The Computer Crime Act adds another layer. Under Section 14, the dishonest entry of false data into a computer system can mean up to 5 years in prison and fines of 100,000 baht. Section 16 targets manipulated images that cause defamation. These laws apply to anyone whose content is accessible in Thailand, even if you posted it from outside the country. Now, a recent case that should give every visitor pause is that of Wesley Barnes. He left a negative review on a resort on Koh Chang over a corkage fee dispute. The review used phrases like modern slavery and advised others to avoid it like COVID. Barnes was arrested, detained for 2 nights, and faced criminal defamation charges. He had to make a public apology and withdraw the review just to avoid a prison sentence. This is a classic example of the clash between Western assumptions and Thai reality. In many Western countries, leaving a bad review is consumer feedback. In Thailand, it can be a criminal act if it damages a business's reputation. The result did not sue him. The police arrested him. Nevertheless, it is not just about defamation. The tension between international social trends and Thailand's conservative approach to public decorum runs much deeper. Consider the case of the Lazada influencers. During a promotional campaign, they created a video that featured a character in a wheelchair who bore an unfortunate resemblance to a Thai princess. The video went viral. The backlash was immediate. The Thai army banned Lazada's services. The influencers were charged with lese-Majeste under Article 112 of the Criminal Code, which carries penalties of 3 to 15 years in prison. Now, a Westerner might look at this and think it was just a silly ad, a bit of harmless fun. However, it is not just anything. The Thai monarchy is deeply revered and the law protects that reverence with serious consequences. It does not matter whether you understand it or agree with it. It is the law. Similarly, Thailand's laws around online behavior have teeth. The 24-hour takedown obligation means social media platforms must remove specific content within 24 hours of a government notification. The Thai government warned against April Fool's pranks online, stressing that spreading misleading information could lead to fines and imprisonment under both the Computer Crime Act and criminal defamation laws. Thai authorities are monitoring content, which is a fact, not a conspiracy theory. In 2026, we are seeing a shift toward quality over quantity tourism, which empowers local authorities to enforce rules more aggressively. The days of turning a blind eye to bad behavior because you are a tourist are well and truly over. Besides, this is where social media becomes a minefield. You are sitting in your hotel room, scrolling through your feed, feeling a bit annoyed about something. Maybe the service was slow, maybe you had a disagreement with a local business, maybe you just feel like sharing your opinion. Stop. Put the phone down. Because if you are physically present in Thailand, criticizing Thai institutions or private businesses on social media carries serious legal risks. The Wesley Barnes case shows exactly how quickly a negative review can become a criminal matter. Even if you think you are being reasonable, if the business can claim reputational damage, you could be facing a police complaint, travel restrictions, bail conditions, and years of legal proceedings. The Computer Crimes Act has evolved specifically to target tourists who use their platform to disparage local customs. However, it goes further than that. There is a case of Dome Pakon, a singer and influencer who posted a sexually suggestive comment under a photo of a politician's daughter. He faced charges under Thailand's newly amended sexual harassment law, which now covers verbal and online harassment, plus potential Computer Crimes Act charges. Now, Dome's defense, he claimed he did not know who her parents were, as if that makes it better, as if the law only applies to you if your victim is well connected. The court did not buy it, and neither should you. The law protects everyone regardless of background or social standing. Even more startling is the case of a Bangla or TikTok creator who bore a passing resemblance to a member of the royal family. He had not done anything wrong, he just happened to look like someone important. Despite there being no law against this, he was pressured to delete his entire content, shave his head, and was fired from his job. This illustrates how Thailand's legal and social systems can create pressure far beyond what is strictly written in law. Foreign political activism is also another fast track to trouble. Andy Hall, a British human rights researcher, spent years fighting defamation charges over a report about labour abuses. He was acquitted in the end, but only after years of legal proceedings, enormous personal and financial cost, and a very high burden of proof. The Thai Supreme Court found the report was made in good faith, but the process itself was punishing. So, where does this leave us? What is the alternative to this entitled, law-breaking, culture-clashing approach? Well, it is actually quite simple. You need to shift your perspective from buying a right to earning a privilege. The most successful long-term visitors, the ones who stay years, build businesses, form relationships, and generally thrive, are those who view themselves as guests rather than stakeholders. They understand that Thailand's 2026 legal landscape rewards cultural intelligence and legal compliance. Respect for local law is not just good manners, it is the ultimate currency for a seamless stay. Here's my practical roadmap for navigating this. First, before you post anything online, ask yourself, would I say this to a Thai judge? If the answer is no, do not post it. Second, if you have a complaint, use official channels. The Thai legal system has procedures for genuine grievances. Do not take matters into your own hands by posting accusations online. Third, remember that Thailand has a different approach to reputation. Criminal defamation means even a single negative review can escalate into formal legal action. As one legal guide puts it, your review identifies a Thai hotel, restaurant, clinic, spa, school, employer, landlord, or professional and accuses them of serious misconduct. Pause before posting. Fourth, be aware of Thailand's strict rules on content creation. 8 categories of products and services trigger criminal liability for promotion in Thailand. Foreign insurance, foreign securities, digital assets on unlicensed exchanges, drugs and health claims without PDA approval, alcohol, tobacco and e-cigarettes, cannabis outside the medical channel and gambling. If you are an influencer, you need to know what you can and cannot promote. Fifth, and this is perhaps the most important, stop confusing your wallet with your authority. Your spending does not make you special. It does not make you exempt. It makes you a customer, and customers do not get to rewrite the rules. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You are sitting there, perhaps a little affronted, thinking, this grumpy old man is overstating things. It cannot be that bad. Fine. Let me tell you about the YouTube prankster who threw ping-pong ball bombs at strangers and a dog on the streets of Bangkok. His prank involved fake bombs that produced enough smoke to make people run for cover. He thought it was funny. The police fined him 500 baht, about 11, going on to £12, for public disturbance and annoyance. That is the surprising part, actually. He got off lightly. He was lucky. However, here is the twist. His case followed a long line of internet stars who had brushes with the law. Just 2 weeks before, 10 young Thais were fined for staging a mass shooting prank. In June, 14 teens were fined for creating general commotion across Bangkok. So even when you think it is just a prank, the Thai authorities are not laughing. Then there is the case of Tom Wright, an investigative reporter facing a criminal defamation charge connected to reporting about a former Thai politician. The civil damages claim against him is approximately $1.5 million. Whether or not Wright is ultimately convicted, the process itself, arrest, bail, travel restrictions, legal fees, reputational damage, is severe enough to be life-changing. So here we are, back to the question I asked at the start. What makes you think you are the first person to try this? The answer, of course, is nothing. You are not the first. Every year, tourists arrive in Thailand with the same delusion. Every year, some of them learn the hard way that their holiday budget does not buy them a seat at the table. Besides, every year, the Thai legal system sends the same message. We are a sovereign nation. These are our laws. Respect them or face the consequences. This is not about being anti-tourism. Thailand is welcoming, beautiful, and, if you are sensible, one of the most rewarding places on earth. I have lived here for many years and I would not trade it for the world. However, I have done it by understanding a simple truth. Being a guest is a privilege, not a right. It is earned through respect, not bought with cash. The hospitality industry here is world class. The culture is rich. The food is spectacular. Nevertheless, none of that means you get to dictate terms. Your money is welcome. Your arrogance is not. So, if you are planning a trip to Thailand, or if you are already here, remember this: you are a guest, not a governor. Your visa does not make you a VIP. It makes you a visitor. Besides, visitors who respect the rules can enjoy everything this country has to offer. Those who do not, well, they can enjoy explaining themselves to immigration officials on their way back to the airport. What about you then? Have you ever witnessed a tourist in Thailand overstepping the mark? Maybe you have seen someone get themselves into a spot of bother with local authorities. I would love to hear your stories in the comments below. And if you found this piece useful, give it a like and share it with anyone you know planning a trip, because trust me, the more people who understand this before they arrive, the fewer of them will not be making headlines for all the wrong reasons. I think I have been storing up this particular rant for about 15 years, ever since I watched a bloke in a Hawaiian shirt try to argue with a Thai police officer about his rights while standing on a beach here just littered with cigarette butts. However, as I have learned from living here in the middle of rice paddies where the buffalo wander past my window and the village dogs have more authority than I ever will, respect goes a long way. Humility goes even further. Take care. Bye-bye.